In the cool afternoon of November 10, 2001, a Boy Scout troop was hiking through the vast 550-acre Muttontown Preserve on Long Island when they stumbled upon a grim discovery. Near the entrance to a nature trail on Muttontown Road, approximately 300 feet into the dense woods and 75 feet off the path, the remains of a human skull lay partially concealed beneath dirt, leaves, and debris. Authorities arrived quickly, and their search continued into Sunday morning. By 11 a.m., they had uncovered the rest of the weathered skeletal remains, lying in a fetal position between two small trees. Time and nature had taken their toll. The bones were bleached white by years of exposure to the elements, and wildlife had played a role in scattering the skull from the rest of the body. The Nassau County Police Department determined that the remains belonged to a woman, estimated to have been between 25 and 50 years old, and standing between 4 feet 9 inches and 5 feet 4 inches tall. She had likely been deceased for at least 3 or as many as 5 years, with her time of death estimated between 1996 and 1998. The location of her remains, found in an area thick with brush during the summer months, led investigators to believe she was killed elsewhere and carried into the preserve. The dense vegetation in warmer months would have provided cover for the perpetrator. Police suspected the killer parked on Muttontown Road and carried the victim 300 feet into the woods before leaving her body in a remote spot marked by a distinctive 3-pronged tree. Officers even painted the tree yellow to avoid getting lost in the dense, disorienting brush after the remains were discovered. The skeletal remains provided few clues. She was completely skeletonized, and no clothing, jewelry, or other personal items were found. But one detail did stand out. According to an early article, her left front tooth was missing, replaced by a denture made of plastic and metal. This particular type of denture had only been around since 1970, leading investigators to hope this specific feature might jog someone's memory. Unfortunately, no one has yet to come forward with information. Her skull was incomplete, with the bottom half missing from the nose down, and what remained bore marks consistent with animal activity. The denture and bottom teeth were found nearby. Due to the poor condition of her remains, police stated that a facial reconstruction was impossible, further complicating the task of identifying her. Muttontown Preserve, the largest natural preserve in Nassau County, is steeped in history. Just an eighth of a mile from where the remains were discovered lies the ruins of Knollwood, the former estate of King Zog of Albania, now a graffiti-covered relic. The preserve features equestrian trails, hiking paths, and structures like the Chelsea Estate. Despite its natural beauty and historical significance, the preserve's dense, wooded areas have a haunting isolation, making it an ideal location for someone attempting to hide a crime. The community of Muttontown surrounding the preserve is one of the most expensive places to live in New York State. Speculation about Muttontown Jane Doe's death has included possible links to 2 notorious Nassau County serial killers, Joel Rifkin and Robert Schulman. Rifkin was arrested in June 1993, making it unlikely he was the perpetrator, as this victim's murder is believed to have occurred in 1996 or later. Schulman, on the other hand, was apprehended in April 1996, narrowly fitting the timeline. More recently, in July 2023, the arrest of Rex Heuermann, accused of murdering 7 women so far and leaving their remains throughout Long Island from 1993 through 2010, opened new avenues of inquiry. Heuermann lived in Nassau County and a decade earlier had attended college in Old Westbury, just a short drive from the discovery site. Could he be linked to the Muttontown Jane Doe? While these connections are tantalizing, no direct evidence has yet tied any of these men to her death as of yet. For nearly 2 decades, the Muttontown Jane Doe languished in obscurity. Her case not even entered into the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System, until September 2020. This delay was corrected thanks to the persistence of online sleuths who noticed her absence from the database. Despite this renewed attention, no missing persons reports have matched her description, and no one has come forward to claim her as their loved one. Muttontown Jane Doe was someone. A daughter, a sister, a friend. Somewhere, someone may remember her, may have missed her absence and wondered where she went. Perhaps the detail of her denture, her petite stature, or the time and place of her death will spark a memory. If you have any information, no matter how small it may seem, please contact the Nassau County Police Department. After all these years, Muttontown Jane Doe deserves to be named, and her story deserves to be told.